everybody. I'm Philip, and we are back this week. And by we, I mean me and you, us. We're an item now. And we're back this week to continue on with Marvel's What If series. We are on episode 6 for this week. Last week, I binged all 5. Binged and reviewed all 5 back to back to back to back to back. It took about 7 hours or so to do them all. And by the time I got to the 5th one, which I hadn't planned on doing, but it dropped while I was filming, just coincidentally. But by the time I got to the 5th one, by the end of the 5th one, I was losing my voice. So it was fun, and I enjoyed them. But yeah, it might have been overkill. Speaking of people with the word kill in their name, this week's What If is, what if Killmonger rescued Tony Stark? That sounds very intriguing. I am a casual Marvel fan. I'm a fan from the movies. I have not read the comics, and some of these movies I've not seen in a long time. But we only have the one episode this week since we are caught up. And yeah, let's get right to it. Without further ado, let's get into it. Reality. Chadwick again, yay! Angela Bassett, yay!
It's more than a linear
Yay,
path.
it's all the Black Panther cast. Cool. Yeah.
Killmonger? What is that, German?
A nickname.
Always liked Killmonger.
The age of Iron Man would never come to pass. Though the man was saved, a hero was lost, and a villain was given a new chance.
Mr. Stark, were you injured in the...
Stark Industries' new Chief Security Officer.
This is such a load of bull.
400 clicks away.
If you're trying to imply that he had advanced knowledge of the attack...
She'd be right. I uncovered plans to assassinate Tony Stark. Wire transfers, bank documents, phone records, Google it. I just dropped it all online.
Ooh.
I knew it!
Tony.
24/7 as my new COO.
Wait, you're giving him Obadiah's job?
Damn, I don't...
We'll be like Butch and Sundance.
They died at the end, Tony.
Okay, bad example. Fact remains...
Squad that specializes in high-target wet work.
Please tell me that's plumbing.
Assassinations.
Jeez, glad I asked for clarification.
Thought I was gonna make human soldiers obsolete. I could never crack the interface.
Because you didn't have me. Let's do this. Let's build your science fair project. You saved my life. I'd like to return the favor. It's only a failure if it explodes.
Absolutely not.
I'm sorry, are you allowed to say that to people in my tax bracket?
Tony, in case you forgot, Stark Industries...
Great idea.
Excellent. I's dotted, T's crossed. Pep, drop the purchase order.
Where did you find all this?
What's going on here? We've been breached.
Oh! Stop shooting.
Stark R&D is no joke.
Yep. Dang. Ooh. Dang. Dang.
Word to the wise, never play Clue with Jarvis. He sees all.
Go ahead, call the cops.
Ooh.
Still won't get here in time to save you.
Uh-oh. Dang.
We're not fighting the same battles, Tony. The difference between you and me that you can't see the difference between you and me.
They want a war, so that's what we'll give them. Put the
no.
Liberator drones into production. The U.S. military is hereby seizing control of all Stark Industries
Yep.
assets.
Savages.
It's like you said, Wakandans are full of surprises.
Yep. Yep. He's playing smart.
In Jobu Sayed, no children.
We were led to believe that. I let us believe that.
I brought you the man who stole your vibranium and murdered your people as proof of my loyalty to Wakanda.
This is smart.
Just like your weapons, almost indestructible.
Oh, please. They're built by Americans. We'll be home in time for lunch.
It will not be that easy.
And if I had the chance to avenge my father, I wouldn't hesitate.
Yep. This has a Game of Thrones vibe going on.
Wakanda. So the rumors are true.
Who is ever home in Wakanda?
I want a little bit more than that.
Yep. Yep. I love me
impossible.
a good villain.
He must have built a backup transmitter.
Why would he do that?
That man was a villain. Didn't trust anyone.
You just got played.
I only wish we could share it with our brothers and sisters across the world.
Your father wished the same. Perhaps that is you shall become the next Black Panther.
Yup.
For all my brothers and sisters who suffered through oppression while you just sat back and watched.
You believe the cure for human suffering is more suffering.
Destroyers are circling.
Sir, isn't that a lot of firepower to aim at a country most Americans can't find on a map?
By tomorrow, they won't need to.
I knew it. He killed Tony. And your brother? How did you get this?
Mr. Stark was a genius, but he's not the only genius. It appears we have a common enemy.
Heroes are never really gone. They live forever.
I want to see more. No. Show me what happens. I want to see more. I want to know how she found out. I'm so weird. I've said it in various other things before, from Doctor Who's to, I believe I said it in this series as well. I love me a good villain. Love them. I usually like the villains more than the heroes, because the heroes are always kind of, they always come off as phony, you know, sanctimonious, all that stuff, where the villains are always just like, they're honest in their villainy. And I've always respected that. When I watched Black Panther, I wanted more from Killmonger. I wanted to see more. His story interested me more than the main story. And I think they did him a disservice in the movie, personally, which is why I was so interested in this one, because what do you do when you take someone who wants vengeance and justice for what they perceive as, you know, wrongdoing, and turning a blind eye to the oppression of his people, while Wakanda, who has all of the, you know, power and technology and advancements and all of that, you know, to help out and maybe lift people up and do some good. I totally understand where Killmonger's coming from, 100%. I know I'm in the minority there. Like, I was kind of hoping that Killmonger would get away with it, and then, you know, we would have this new universe where he's Black Panther and the good guy and the bad guy at the same time. That is so much more interesting to me than what we got. I'm sorry, it is. It's very interesting. This is a really cool what if. All of them have been very cool what ifs. But this one was, you know, Tony doesn't get captured and doesn't become Iron Man. Killmonger saves him. All right, I'm back. My computer just crashed completely. So yeah, hopefully I didn't lose anything. I remember what I was talking about. I think I was talking about that that Killmonger just so happened to have all the stuff that, you know, well, he had the thesis that Tony just so happened to be able to help him with. Tony deduced that it needed vibranium. He just so happened to have vibranium. I like that Killmonger was playing chess. I didn't want to see T'Challa die necessarily, but I've never liked the Tony Stark character. I just if you've watched any of the Doctor Who's, you know I don't like arrogant, kind of douchey people like that, and I've never been a fan of Tony Stark. And many people agree with me, because every single Iron Man movie is pretty much Tony Stark ex-employees coming back after Tony Stark. So to see Killmonger outsmart almost everyone to the point that, you know, yes, his own hubris was his undoing because he thought he was smarter than everyone, but he did outsmart a lot of people. He outsmarted T'Challa, he outsmarted Tony Stark, and that's what I liked about it. Tony thinks he's the smartest, most brilliant person ever. Tony is Tony's biggest fan. I know it's an old saying and it's overused, but it applies here. Tony was playing checkers, and Killmonger was playing chess. And that's what I like the most about this episode, is Killmonger was one step ahead of everyone. He was playing both sides to look like the hero the entire time. It was so, so good. So, so good. And I like that Killmonger stayed true to himself. You know, his entire thing is take down the system. I'm right there with you, buddy. Knowing Killmonger the way we do, watching him work with Tony was amusing because Tony is the system. You know, Tony is the oppressor. Tony is the villain. And that's something I think they did a good job of addressing over movies with the character. You know, Tony Stark versus Iron Man. You know, kind of a villain versus hero. He wanted to be the hero. But sometimes he just couldn't help himself. Like, hell, it's like in the Spider-Man movie. He names the glasses Edith. Even dead, I'm the hero. Like, fuck off. And to further kind of hit that point home, Tony builds Killmonger's Gundam thing and then uses it against Killmonger. But Killmonger being Killmonger, thought about the situation and adapted and took it down. Tony being arrogant, thought that would work. Tony had no backup plan after that. Killmonger did. I like that. This just shows what Killmonger could have been. Killmonger needed his own movie. So then he goes to get the vibranium, double crosses everyone, kills T'Challa, which I did not see coming, blames that on the Americans, takes the vibranium, gives it to America. They make the army, the Gundam army. But now we have Wakanda and the US at odds because Killmonger is playing both sides. Really good writing. I would love, I've said this before, but I would love to have seen this into a movie. Even right here, I wrote, this is why I wanted Killmonger. So then Killmonger goes back to Wakanda, plays the returning hero, wants to avenge T'Challa's death by the Americans. So he gets in, comes up with a plan to stop the Gundam army, which works, because of course it does, because it's his design. Goes to battle with them, proving his worth, shuts them down, starts them back up, says that Tony must have built a backup generator. He was thinking ahead. The very end, when she found out about him and brought it to Pepper, yes, she is a genius. Yes. But at the same time, Killmonger had every base covered. He was playing the smartest minds on both sides. And granted, it's the one you're not looking out for that's going to get you in the end. I wanted him to be standing tall in the Black Panther getup, and what happens in that universe next? I really want to know that. I really, really want to know that. So we have, Wakanda wanting, as we said, the vengeance for T'Challa. Now we have America wanting vengeance for Tony Stark. Avenge Tony Stark. We saw that poster. How intriguing is that? Both heroes being used as marketing fodder. One is based in, family and a bloodline in that. And the other one is just, isn't that kind of interesting? How the Wakanda side is based on family and the bond that they shared with T'Challa. But the American side is just, this is a poster child. This is a billionaire who supplied weapons, who was not a very good person, but we're going to make this person into an idol, a symbol. Their symbol is love and family. Our symbol is a megalomaniacal billionaire. Perfect. The writing in this episode was so good. And then everything else in my notes are for my patrons over on Patreon. So, spoiler, big fan of this one. I like the premise. I like the way it was written. As always, the animation is awesome. Always bittersweet to see Chadwick back in something, but we get to hear his voice one more time, so I'm not complaining. Just so many of these, I'm just like, I want to see more. Like, it ends, and I was like, no, give me more. Because Killmonger has to have, I want to see the battle between Killmonger versus everyone. I want to see it. Other than the computer crashing in the middle of the review. Had a great time, and thoroughly enjoyed it. And even that happening did not deter my enjoyment of what I just saw. But that's going to wrap this one up. As always, I don't have a fancy outro, so I'll simply say thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Until then, goodbye.